friends, this is Tammy Stone with Key Realty. I am at Benchmark Mortgage right now, and we're getting ready to do an interview with Rick DeVault, who's a loan officer. I met Rick and I love the fact that he is on top of his game and has a lot of good things going on. So we're going to interview him and he's going to give us some really great words and wisdom from a loan officer. Hi, I'm Tammy Stone with Key Realty, and I'm here with
Rick DeVault, a loan officer with Benchmark Mortgage.
And how long have you been in the business?
I am entering my third year as a loan officer.
And what do you do?
I am a loan officer for the most part. Sometimes I'm a credit counselor, a financial advisor, a therapist extraordinaire. Basically whatever my clients ask of me is what I am.
Yep, I do the same thing in real estate all the time. Sometimes I'm that counselor, right?
You bet.
Yeah. So I wanted to take a moment just to talk to you and let people know what you do, what you specialize in. So that's why I wanted to do this interview with you and provide some information for the audience.
Absolutely. So I'm a loan officer. We offer services, purchase, cash out refinancing, rate and term refinancing, but that's just the kind of guts of what we do. Me personally, I love working with first-time home buyers. I love people that appreciate the service and hospitality of what I can offer.
So Rick, tell me a little bit about yourself. What results do you think you get for your clients?
Well, it's a great question. I think to understand what kind of results you're going to get for your client, you really have to understand who your client is and what they're looking for. I spend a lot more time at the beginning of the file communicating with my client on what their expectations are so I can make sure that I'm fulfilling those expectations throughout the process. Not everybody needs the same high-touch service. Some people are looking to ask 1,000 questions. I really want to understand what they're looking for in order to understand how to deliver those results for them.
So Rick, as a loan officer, what do you think are the most critical elements someone needs to know when they're going through the process?
Also a great question. My favorite thing to tell people is it's the process. You need to be able to understand what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. Everybody talks about rates, costs, timing, things like that. Those are really important, but if you don't understand what's happening and when it's happening, then you feel lost as a client. So I really spend a lot of time at the beginning of the file making sure that people really understand what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. So there's no curveballs from my side. We can't eliminate curveballs overall in the loan process, but I try to eliminate them from my perspective to make it easier on my clients.
And I really appreciate that too, because as a realtor, I try to eliminate all those curveballs as well and not be blindsided, I call it that. So when I'm talking to customers, I'm talking to them, let's avoid these things, or we try to avoid all those things that might possibly happen by setting up the expectations ahead of time. So
Absolutely.
I love the fact that you handle that on the mortgage end, and then of course I handle that on the real estate end.
You bet.
So I wanted to ask you this question, Rick. How have you stayed resilient in business and life?
Also a great question. It might sound cheesy, but I really believe that when you do the right things in life and business, that good things come back full circle to you. When you do the right things for your clients, you can just expect good things to happen. And the time that this career affords me to spend with my family makes me extremely grateful. So that's how I stay resilient in life. I spend as much time with my family as I can, and I just continue to do the right things.
Absolutely. It's all about priorities, right?
You bet.
And I agree with it, doing the right thing. That's beautiful. All right. If I was going to tell my audience anything, tell me what special talents you have that stand out.
Well, number one, I would say would be my memory. I've always heard that I have a memory like an elephant. I remember places, people, numbers, pretty much anything important and sometimes unimportant. I just remember everything, and that really helps me connect with people from all walks of life, from completely different places, and just makes me more adaptable as a loan officer and as a human. All right, Tammy, let's turn the tables on you. I got a question for you.
Okay.
How have you dealt with fear or lack of confidence in your career?
Okay, so this is a funny story, but I think that everybody actually goes through this where they do have time periods in their career where they do lose confidence. And so there was a time period, and it happens to be during 2020, so imagine that, when everything was a little crazy, that was when I was kind of suffering from lack of confidence. And what's interesting is I watched a TED Talk, and I forgot her name, but I remember what she said, and it was about boosting confidence. So I'm listening to this TED Talk, And so she was talking about like when you present yourself, you know, you should have your shoulders back. Well, there's a part that she gets to where she says, even if you need to stand in front of the mirror and be Wonder Woman, you know, and say something that's a positive affirmation, you should do that. Now, for me, my avatar is Wonder Woman, and so I associated with that, and it would just kind of hit me. So I had on my mirror when I got out of the shower an expo marker, and it says, I can do all things and beyond what I believe. Okay, so I had this up there so that I would remember what I'm saying. And I would stand in the mirror like Wonder Woman, right? You know, like this. And I would literally say that for 2 minutes. And again and again and again. Now you feel kind of dumb. Thank goodness no one was watching me. But it is what I needed at that time. And so, I just believe sometimes you have to do whatever it takes to get yourself to the next point or the next hurdle. So yeah, so here I was, Wonder Woman, standing in my mirror saying this for 2 minutes. Almost every day.
That's great.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say thank you to Rick for taking the time and let me interview you during this process. He's someone I highly recommend, so I wanted to give you the opportunity to tell people how they can reach out to you.
Thank you very much. You can call me 616-690-0183. My email is rick.devault, DEVAULT @benchmark.us. And my website is rickdevaultloans.com. You can fill out an automatic application there that goes right to my email.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.